closest you've ever come to being arrested for something you didn't do? I once spent 40 minutes locked in a grocery store back office, accused of being a serial shoplifter, and the only thing that saved me was a birthmark. It was a Tuesday evening, and I'd just finished a double shift at the hospital where I work as a nurse. My scrubs still smelled like antiseptic, my feet ached, and all I wanted was milk, bread, and enough energy to make it home without falling asleep at a red light. I pushed my cart through the nearly empty store, tossing items in without really looking, my mind still replaying a rough code from earlier that day. I was standing at the self-checkout, scanning a box of cereal, when I felt it. That prickling sensation of being watched. I glanced up and saw a man in a store polo standing a few feet away, staring at me with an intensity that made my stomach tighten. He wasn't even pretending to look busy. He was just watching, his radio pressed to his shoulder, murmuring something I couldn't hear. I told myself I was being paranoid. I finished scanning my items, paid, and started wheeling my cart toward the exit. That's when he stepped directly into my path, his arm out like a barricade. "Ma'am, I need you to come with me," he said, his voice flat and rehearsed. "Excuse me?" My grip tightened on the cart handle. "I paid for everything. It's all on the receipt." "This isn't about tonight," he said. "We've had a pattern of thefts over the last month. Same woman, same build, same jacket. Store policy says I have to bring you in until the manager sorts it out." My face went hot. Around us, a few late-night shoppers slowed their carts to watch, whispering behind their hands. A teenager near the magazine rack actually pulled out his phone and started filming. I felt my whole body go rigid with humiliation. "I've never stolen anything in my life," I said, my voice cracking despite my best effort to stay calm. "I work 12-hour shifts. I don't have time to steal groceries." "You can explain that inside," he said, already turning, expecting me to follow. I didn't have a choice. Refusing would look worse, so I left my cart and walked behind him into a cramped back office that smelled like burnt coffee and cardboard. A second employee was already there, arms crossed, a grainy security monitor glowing behind him showing looped footage of a woman in a denim jacket stuffing something into her bag. "That's not me," I said immediately. My eyes locked on the screen. "I don't even own a jacket like that. She's got your hair, your height, your face, honestly," the second man said, unconvinced. "Cameras don't lie. Cameras also don't have context." I snapped, my fear curdling into anger. "I have a badge. I have a time clock. I was at work when that was probably filmed. They asked for my ID. My hands were shaking so badly I nearly dropped my wallet twice trying to get it out. I explained over and over that I'd transferred to this town only 2 months earlier, that I barely shopped here, that I had never worn a denim jacket in my life because of a fabric allergy that made my skin break out in hives. Nobody was listening. The first employee kept glancing at the monitor, then at me, his jaw tight with suspicion. Just as the manager arrived, phone already out to call the police, another employee burst through the door, breathless. "It's not her," she said. "I just talked to Denise on Register 3. She recognized the woman on camera, said it's her neighbor, same jacket, same haircut, but she's got a birthmark on her neck the size of a coin. Check hers." Every eye in that room turned to my neck. I pulled my collar aside, and there it was. Nothing. Smooth skin, no mark at all. The manager exhaled so hard his shoulders dropped an inch. "I'm so sorry," he said, rubbing his forehead. "This never should have gone this far." I didn't say anything. I just grabbed my bag off the desk, my legs unsteady beneath me, and walked out past the same shoppers who had watched me get escorted away like a criminal 15 minutes earlier. Driving home that night, hands still trembling on the wheel, I kept thinking about how close I'd come to a night in a holding cell over a stranger's birthmark I didn't have. I haven't gone back to that store since, and honestly, I don't think I ever will.